So we found a chief who's doing just the opposite, and he feels just the opposite about gun ownership. He's not only a big supporter of the Second Amendment, but he and his department have gone above and beyond the call of duty to educate the community about firearms as a way to protect themselves. Chief Mike McDonald of Opp, Alabama, is offering free gun education classes specifically to women in his town. Chief McDonald, thanks so much for coming on the program.
Nice to be with you, Grant.
Hey, so tell me, Chief, how is this going, and what's the response been from the community?
Well, we've done this program for about 4 years. We try to run 2 classes annually. We limit our classes to 20 ladies each. So in essence, what we've done is right now we put about 160 ladies out that have been trained in the law concerning self-defense and have been trained on how to handle and fire their pistols, which hopefully will give bad guys reason to pause and reflect before they try to make a lady a target.
Chief, as a police officer, as a commander, it's true that police can't be on every corner, can they?
Absolutely. There's kind of an old saying, when you need the police in seconds, they'll be there in minutes. And we have a pretty good 911 response time. But you get into some of the major cities, based on their call volume, their response to a 911 call may be 15 minutes or more. And there's just, as you said earlier, any number of bad things can happen that length of time.
Yeah, seconds count. The average firefight takes between 3 and 5 seconds. So giving these women, and really anybody out there, training is a huge help. What did you see the women go through? Were they afraid at first and then getting some confidence by the end of the program?
There were several in each class that lacked the confidence. They were a little bit scared of the firearm. Our firearms instructors went to great lengths to make them familiar with the loading, whether it's a wheel gun or a semi-automatic. And when the class was over, one could look at their targets and see just how they improved. Quite frankly, I wouldn't want most of them shooting at me. But they were very happy, they were very confident, and they really enjoyed themselves. It's not our desire to make them attorneys in terms of the law. Our desire was to educate them to the self-defense law. We didn't try to make them an expert pistol shot. That takes a long time. But they now can handle their weapons and they can hit their targets. And that was our goal.
And in the end, they know they can defend themselves. And so what's the reaction from others in the law enforcement community from outside of Opp, Alabama?
We really hadn't heard a lot. There have been some other agencies, I think, that have run a program that's similar to this. We haven't heard much reaction. We, of course, have had positive reaction from our students and their families. We have had some positive reaction from the community in general.
Chief, I can tell you, as we here at NRATV fight back against gun control, some of the strongest voices that we have on our side are when those voices come from police officers. So can I ask you, what do you think about the term gun control?
Gun control, to me, is if a person commits a crime with a gun, they go to penitentiary the rest of their lives. Or if they've been forbidden to have a gun because of previous crimes and you catch them with one, then they go back to penitentiary. Our country was based from its very beginning on our ability to help ourselves, our ability to defend ourselves. We don't want a bunch of people out here waving guns around. But we want the people, particularly the good people of our country, that have the ability to defend themselves, because we go back to the response time. By the time we get there, it may be a mop-up operation. You know, there may be an innocent person hurt. With the prison reform bill here in Alabama and more people being released from prison, which several states are going through, I think people have to have the ability to not become a victim.
Well, Chief, you're helping people do that. We appreciate what you're doing out there in Opp, Alabama, and I certainly appreciate you coming on the program today. Thank you.
Enjoyed it very much.
All right, thanks, and keep us updated.